Bradford became the world's first UNESCO City of Film in June 2009, due mainly to the city's rich film heritage. Under the Learn strand, we aim to try and improve educational attainment by using film in the classroom, and we have a fantastic film literacy programme running in Bradford schools at the moment.
Cape UK, we're keen to get involved in the second year of the programme. We're keen particularly to invest in projects that we think are likely to be scalable in the long term and be of benefit to children and young people and increase their access to arts and cultural opportunities. And at the same time, we also wanted to increase children's opportunities to get Arts Award. The main partners in the programme are Bradford UNESCO City of Film, Bradford Curriculum Innovation Centre, the British Film Institute, Cape UK and the Literacy Shed. And we talked about what we wanted to do that would act as a legacy for the programme, and it made sense to approach the BFI and see if they would introduce the lead practitioner scheme.
We decided in consultation with the BFI to run a pilot project, and we identified several consultants who were trained and then went into schools and worked with some targeted schools to look at media literacy and the effective use of media literacy on writing and reading. Those teachers then would become media literacy leaders. They could support other teachers, and we get a bit of a cascade model going, and we could hit a lot of schools over a 3-year period.
We absolutely had to have some research attached to it, hence having a PhD post, and we wanted to be able to evidence that by using short film within the literacy curriculum, that increases children's literacy attainment.
We have a series of 3 training days over the course of the year. And in the first 2 training days we tend to focus on the analysis of film, and in the last training day we tend to focus on the creation of film.
Within the training we also look at how film can be used for writing, particularly taking sentence level work, but also the structure of films, so from storyboarding in films to paragraphing in writing.
And the children are actually trained as media literacy leaders. The idea there is that when the teacher comes to deliver the filming aspect of it, then the pressure of delivering the technical aspects of the project is taken away from the teacher. We explore the relationship between film and text. So we look at the similarities and the differences between writing and film. We start to move towards creating our own films, where we take these skills and we put them into the creative process. And this is very closely linked to writing, so in the way that a story is structured in paragraphs, our film will be structured in different shots, and so there are lots of overlaps.
Ultimately, we can give children authentic speaking and listening and writing experiences using those films as a stimulus.
What was lacking was the involvement of filmmakers, and that's the reason why we decided to invest. I
allowed them to see other films that were made, and then to look at them critically and analyse how the process from writing, or from having an idea to writing a script, would then transfer into a visual image on screen.
I did want the children to become more imaginative with the writing. One of the things that our children lack is experience. We'd read something in the book and they say, I can't imagine that, I don't go to fairgrounds, I don't go to the Amazon rainforest. So it was a way of just trying to put that picture in their minds.
If you read a text, it can be quite difficult to differentiate that text so that everybody's engaged, whereas again with a film, because it's visual, the story can be transferred to the children without them falling over kind of vocabulary.
And it's not the high flyers that are actually doing this project, it's children that are potentially need a little bit more support in their writing, but it's really brought that on.
So we did the code task, then we did a little bit of filming. That first week we did another extended writing piece where they retold that scene that they'd recreated, and the detail and the description in those pieces of writing were miles ahead of what they'd done in the first place.
In terms of everybody in class, their engagement with film as a stimulus for a beginning of a lesson it's unquestionably stronger than introducing a text. The work produced at the end of the units, which have had a stronger film aspect, is the data shows, and the final work shows their engagement and how much they've enjoyed it.
A wonderful side effect was the massive impact on the reading, especially the inference and deduction skills. The children just suddenly became so much more adept at getting to know the characters, understanding the setting, understanding motivation, expression, all that sort of thing. It just really, it was an unexpected bonus.
We've seen quite an improvement on their APS. A lot of the children have made 4 to 6 points APS, which is above what is expected in our school. And just the children's excitement of literacy has grown so much.
I had a child who struggled with literacy for quite a few years. I had Ofsted in the other week and he turned around and he said, I struggled with writing until I did media literacy, because now I can see my paragraphing, I can see where to put my punctuation.
Teachers who are trained can dovetail the skills, the use of film, the creation of film and so on, straight into their literacy teaching. And we can see that the engagement, the motivation with young people is having a direct impact on their attainment.
It allows children who are sometimes put off by big, thick texts and books, it allows them to develop the deeper comprehension ideas where the text doesn't get in the way. And if they've got that good comprehension, then that's much easier for them to transfer to their writing.
Film literacy to me really works. It shows young people that they can create powerful images and understand the language of film from its root level, which is to tell stories through images.
In all the different initiatives that I've brought in, this is the one that I have seen has had the biggest impact on reading, writing, but just the enthusiasm of the children and engaging the children. I can't praise the project enough.